There we go. All right, this should work out okay. Oh, there was a delay. All right, so I'm removing supports from a 3D printed mask that I did for a client. Good to have a little bit of fun with this. Bear with me if I don't respond to your message right away, just because I'm doing this and not necessarily looking at the screen, but I will try to look back and forth. Some of this comes off really nice. Some doesn't. Most doesn't. Sometimes it comes off a nice big chunk, like that last one did, and nice and clean. Okay. So it does this, then coming off in a nicer chunk. So not sticking to the mask anymore. It's good. Those bottom little pieces are just a bit of pain, but hey, it's melted plastic. It happens. Some models this works out really well. Some models it just sticks really hard. Oh, that comes off. That's satisfying. Oh. Oh, it's coming off nicely. Okay, I don't have to worry too much about that. The small little bits are always a pain. You know what? I should share this. Copy link. Great post. Great post. Okay, I'll try that again. I keep tapping on create post and it just kind of, you know, what are you doing here? Yeah, I need to grab details of the channel. So, you can look at the mask for a little bit. Let's see, have I got... I wonder if it will... No, that will kill it. This is what happens when you're not terribly overly prepared as well as you think you might be. Oh, so I'll do this a different way. This and this. I'm going to cheat a little because I've got my iPad going beside me so I can get in on the details I need to share. Now, hopefully, back here. For this, I have to use a photo when sharing to like Instagram because they don't like the video preview. This one. There we go. That should be good. And we should be back there. Oh, it doesn't like the aspect ratio for some dumb reason. There you go. Image formats for different social media platforms is irritating. Okay, so it's all there. And publish so everybody else can see it too. It may take a few minutes to publish, that's fine. We're still doing our thing here. Pause it on my iPad. But I didn't see to pause it on the screen here, so. Alright. I'm trying to get this stuff back here. This is little fiddly stuff. That's the fun part. You get this part that tends to be kind of wrapped around a little. Yeah, let's see if I can get my caught up on the screen. There we go. Hey, somebody liked the post. Hooray! Of course, you don't want to damage your original piece, obviously, but sometimes this plastic is melted on there pretty good. I have to try alternate method and alternate tools. If I'm lucky, I'm going to try and get all of this out at once. Something will probably break because it's really impossible to try and get it perfect, but you can always try. I mean, I've got a good chunk of it ready. And there, but we'll see. We'll work at it. Now you can see this part's separating as well already. I'm going to get at this piece right here. Oop. Don't mind my reminder, I need to double check on another print that's going. But hey, I can take you guys with me at this point. Tools and more tools. No, this live stream will be done before that is. But you can try and take a guess. If I could guess wrong. Maybe I'll throw a picture of it up later. Oh, hey, what's that doing there? Trying to get that plastic bit that's right there. It's kind of wrapped around this way, but it's plastic, so it just kind of slides around. Oh, there we're getting it. There we're getting it. And you gotta be careful not to damage. I mean, I'm not likely going to damage anything. Oh, there we go. Just a piece of plastic that's kind of curled around an edge, and it's really melty. Hey, GK, how's it going, man? Mr. Get That Guy, how's it going too, man? Wish I would do timestamps because I'm not always looking at the screen because I'm busy focused on this. Mask. Printed for a client. This is actually the second one I've done for her now. And I could use a girlfriend like that. She's doing this for her boyfriend. I did one last year, and now we're doing another one. I'm gonna have to work on these ones from the inside just because. Just to clear up space so I can see what material needs to be removed and how to grab it. Okay, so these are removed. You can see that one little bit there that's kind of semi-wrapped around the end. I'm trying to find the way to grab it. As long as you can grab it, it'll come off. But because it is hard plastic, ooh, look at that. You can see that little hole inside there where it wrapped around that point. And that was kind of my biggest concern, that the point's going to break off. And I did a pretty good infill. All right, just making sure, because I saw a divot and I thought I might damage it, but no, that's actually part of the design. So this mask has texture to it, so it's like, you know, like a sheet or a fabric. Well, welcome to the stream. And this is something usually different. I mean, I do 3D printing, but most of my streams have been around camping and van life conversions and doing stuff like that. But I've gotten some more print jobs, so I figure, hey, why not? So right now I'm just taking out some support material from my mask that I printed for a client. And now I thought I'd figure, you know, I'm going to spend a bunch of time doing this. I'll bring some other people along for the ride. Thanks. Now, I don't know if any of you have heard of the band Sleep Token. He wears these masks during concerts. He's got a bunch of different types of masks. They're all really kind of cool. And the music's actually kind of cool, too. So, it's nice to be exposed to different types of things. Okay. So that's somewhat open. Let's go after little bits here. Now, under an ideal world, these just kind of break off real easy. Well, we're not always dealing with an ideal world, so too many variables between, the temperature, the material, the condition of the original filament. But yeah, it just turned out good. Getting these off, it's a time-consuming thing. It comes off, which is nice. Of course, it's all going to be sanded and painted and filled in, so it'll look even smoother than it already does. I'm not sure. You can see, I don't know how close we can get, but you can see layer lines. But these are all going to be filled in and sanded out, and should make a real good job of making it clean. She's got some resin to put on here to fill in lines, and it's going to be really kind of cool. The lead singer, and I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but he has this black, I want to say dirty makeup on him, and some of the mask is actually dirty, and that's part of the whole shtick. So we were talking about what we could do about making the mask look dirty. So I have some ideas. We'll have to see if I have some material. I mean, using grease would do it, but then you couldn't paint over it because, well, paint doesn't stick to grease. But if we do, I've got some graphite powder, and I think that might be able to both dirty it up. I'll have to talk to her about it and get run some ideas back and forth. Trying to make this thing look like, as original as possible of how the singer actually uses it. That's the challenge. Make it look authentic. Sometimes just it is smooth plastic, and there's a balance between finding something that grabs it right and something that doesn't damage anything. Or grabs it just a little bit and just annoys you like that. It's a long process if you got to do it that way. You try to do it as in a big section as possible, of course, but that doesn't always work out so well. I mean, if there's a straight geometric lines, different story, but this is got all kinds of bends and turns and supports from all kinds of ways here. Gotta have some pretty good patience when doing this stuff. Oh yeah, I'll get some pictures up there when it's, well, certainly the thing's removed. And I wanted to see when she's done painting it too. I saw the other one. I think the other one might even be on, I think the other one is on my Instagram picture. But you'll get an idea. If you look for Sleep Token, and I don't know what album it was or when he used it, but this one has 6 eyes, right? 3 and 3. So he's got these weird symbols on it. Yeah, I don't think they're anything particular. I think that's like an amalgamation of design. No, not from any particular culture or anything. So it's kind of like this weird sun and these lines. So you might be able to find it online. I have the picture somewhere in an email, but that's not. You can't get at it right now while I'm doing this, obviously. Do some other breaking. It does look pretty wild on the inside, though. It's getting there. I mean, I think it's a bit of a male thing. Destroying stuff just seems to be in our nature. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's how you get it off. Oh, nice and smooth. Funny, I both, like and don't like doing this. Don't like just because it takes up a lot of time, but I do like doing it because I can just sit here and just do it. Over a little bit more. Nope. Ow! Fuck. Ah. Yeah, I'm going to swear every now and then when I pinch, because as I'm grabbing this and using it, I'm also pinching the inside because I have to hold this tight. Sometimes I pinch my finger and that hurts like hell. Nope. There we go. Got a little bit more chunks. Designing support for print is an art in itself. So finding that balance between how much print support you're making versus how easy to come off versus making sure it's supported correctly when it's printing and doesn't just fall apart. Yeah, it's coming off at a nice big piece. It's always really cool to see something like this when it's done. It's always a little nerve-wracking because if at any point a print fails, there's no going back. There's very rarely again you can fix anything like that. Very rarely. A lot of printers have that came off nicely. A restart process. Like if there's a power outage, it can restart. But the challenge is if it just kind of fails and the power goes out, well, that doesn't immediately cool the filament. So the filaments in there will kind of ooze out. So even if it restarts again, you've got some oozing to deal with, and as opposed to having a smooth surface, now you've got a rough surface, which may cause problems with the printing. So the restart feature on printers, well, kind of useful. I don't think it's completely useful for nearly many of the scenarios that they want you to believe it is for. If I was just printing cubes all the time or whatever, maybe something simple, but okay. Now the trick is, trying to get that part off, and if I can get that off, maybe I can get this all out as one big piece, because that would be really cool. But it's challenging just because of the so many contours and textures. I'll have to destroy some, obviously, just to kind of get at it. But this is the part that's holding it on the most. You're always trying to find a good angle to get at this stuff. So that balance of finding that good angle, well, I'm finding it, and not damaging anything else, because this is going to be, sanded and painted, right? But you still don't want to do a lot of scratches because gouges are, don't look good. You can fill them up, but the less work you want to make your client do, the better. This is going pretty good. This is the toughest part along the edge because there's supports to hold this up while it's printing, and that's where the most melty bits, individual bits are. So as long as I can separate it from the mask nicely, it would be all right. Here's what I mean. In there, this comes off easy, but it's really close, so parts of it have melted on there. I don't know how I don't think I'll be able to get this off as much as I would like in one piece. I imagine at some point I'll get a good chunk of it off, but yeah, the weathering's pretty neat, and yeah, not so much. I mean, I suppose, if it's your kink, you could wear it as a diaper, but that would just be the weirdest thing ever. Maybe not the weirdest thing, but certainly a unique kink. No kink shaming here. I like it, and you can see how it goes against when it prints near the inside surface. It's not supposed to be perfectly smooth, but it still does stick even when it's cooled off. There's supposed to be a bit of a gap, but the filament will ooze a little because, melty plastic. It takes some real finessing to get that perfect. And newer machines do it a little bit better. It's a little older machine. Obviously, still does a good job. Yeah, around the eyes, there's a lot of contours, so the supports are going to be not straight. When you're printing these for people, this is part of the factor you have to factor in for how much you're charging someone. She's really getting this for a good deal. And repeat customer, and you know, she's super nice. So, a creative person, so I like to work with creative people because they always got some cool ideas. I won't bet that once I get past the eyes, from behind, I'll be able to pull this up maybe all one piece because those look all pretty solid there. So the eyes are just gonna be messy for now. You do it in little bits. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the title name on there. My name's Don, and Dragon Don, because, well, I like dragons, and I have a couple of dragon tattoos. One I got here, and the other one I got in South Korea. Oh. Makes a mess, that's for sure. But it's getting there. Not a fast process. Okay, that come off. How about you? Poking the eyes out. There is no right or wrong tool for this. It's just whatever gets the job done. I've got a bunch of little, picks and whatnot. But this is a bulk tool right now. I'm trying to get at this. It's hard to get inside of there. That's the challenge right now. One of these days I'll have to glue this handle because it just keeps sliding off. And that's the only one that keeps sliding off. The other one is fine. For some reason, that one slides off. That's getting into the nose. This would be a fun surgery, and if we were doing this like a... Can you imagine live streaming a surgery? So, oh yeah, we're digging into his nose now and hollowing it out. Oh, next level live streaming. Oh my god. Can you imagine that? Live streaming liposuction. No, the fun part was it's just fiddly little stuff that you can get at. Because the big stuff was too hard. I'm gonna go after some of the bigger stuff here. Oh. This is that's a bigger piece that's opening up. Sometimes I try to go too nice with it, just because I'd like to see this all come out as one piece, but no, there's a chunk that comes out. So satisfying that it comes out, which is nice. Look, optical nerve. I'd make the funniest butcher murderer. You get your tool behind someone's eye. Hey, does this tickle when I do this? It's so dark. Oh my god. Okay, get behind this piece. Oh, got the nose piece out. It's still a cool texture, man. It really is. Trying to figure out, because I got one camera facing this way and I'm looking the other way, so I'm trying to keep it in center, but it's a challenge. Look, oh. But we're getting there. The delay is a real pain too. Ah, shit, really annoying. Ooh, that's good. So I'm starting to get the piece. Now, if I can just get... I might go and get another tool, because I might be able to get behind this now. You hear it separating. I'm really hoping, because if I can get this piece out, it actually kind of looked like, you know, a weird brain material. think hang on, I'm gonna grab another tool. Please stand by. We are not experiencing technical difficulties. So I grabbed a few things. This is the nice, because it's a nice broad where it's not to apply force without being too pointy. Pointy one, and this is a sharp one, so I probably won't use it, but it's there just in case. So you can get under. And just sort of get underneath and wedge it out more. You just slowly work it. Now this is what takes a long time if you're trying to do it this way. That's because I'm trying to be nice. If I wasn't trying to be nice, I could just, rip the whole thing out. How is that weirdly off the camera? I don't understand that. Because the camera's like right here. I'm right here, so it should be hitting right there, but somehow it's off. Just gonna work it around a little bit. No, maybe just aim it a little bit more this way. Man, if it breaks, it breaks. But just if I could, oh, and there was something broke. Not the mast, just the supports. Oh, this is looking good. This is patience. Oh, come in. You can do it. Scooping out the brains, man. Cranial lobotomy amateur hour. Tune in. We can get ridiculously dark on this. Oh my god. I don't want to get banned or from YouTube just because. Ooh. That's a challenge. It doesn't. There's a curve in there that I can't quite seem to get underneath. But if you're all watching and waiting till this comes out, it'll be really cool. Oh, that was nice. I'm just worried about scratching the inside because obviously it's not going to be seen. This is going to be hung. Let's see if I can keep going this way a little bit. All right, let's go back to working the other way. Maybe I'm just a high-functioning zombie. Brains. I'm trying to be really extra careful, obviously, to get the. It's just like micro bits. Oh man. Oh, I got half. I got a good half. Okay, this is good. Oh. Now if I get the other half the same way I've got this half, like you can kind of see. I might just keep this part just because it would be really cool. I'm trying to get, there's something here that's just sticking there that wasn't sticking on the other side. Oh, that's a little broken off. Let me see if I can try to wedge something on the inside there. Oh, the whole thing. It's moving. Oh, this is good. Oh. Oh. There's just one section over here that's just really kind of stuck. I think it's like right in here where it's sticking. Just, oh, so close. Sorry if it's off. I'm just so focused on getting this straight. So, I'll just give you a. It's so close, man. Let me go back to this. Once that piece lets go, then this will come out. Just little bits. That's all I need. Just a little bit more. This is a cheap tool, and the tool is splitting in my hand as I'm trying to do this. I mean, it's on it pretty good. Might be time to do multiple tools here. Oh, this is getting better. This is sticking like great. I think it'll be sticking up here too. I never think that the first cranial surgeons probably felt the same way. Oh my god, this is really annoying. There's one spot that's like back inside of here I can't seem to get at, or get at really, really slowly. Try another plan of attack. Let's go back from this side. Whew! Success! So, it's out. That's what it looked like. It was stuck on right there, I think. Right there. A little less patterny than I was hoping, but there it is. I knew I could get it out. It was just a real pain. So I just gotta clean this up. So that's a little nicer. It's actually not too bad, all things considered. You can see little scratches on there, but that doesn't mean anything. Just a small bit of cleanup, so a little bit of an eye. So there we have it. One sleep token mask printed. Now I'm gonna make some custom hangers to go on it. So a couple of plastic hangers, one on either side. I'll do something relatively simple. I mean, just something, you know, square, and then glue them on. But man, that is just so wild, isn't it? And have you guys seen the Iron Man stuff? Those guys put in a ton of work. I mean, it's a lot of mad respect for the amount of sanding and painting and sanding and primer and Bondo, car Bondo, literally using car Bondo for some of the stuff to get that smoothness out. Ooh, that little piece of flying. So mostly I'm just going to smooth out the little edges, but whew. So this is not quite so harsh. And this is small stuff. I mean, I know she's going to do a lot more, but I just want to get the very, very rough stuff off so that it's decent. And then once she paints it, and she's going to use some resin, so some UV reaction resin, like the regular 3D printing resin, where you smooth it on, it'll fill in the small layer lines, and use UV light, then it hardens and becomes smooth, and you can sand that even. But yeah, this is awesome. So there we go. Now we have it. You've seen some of the behind the scenes of what it takes to actually print something like this. The print job itself was 42 hours to print this with all the supports, of course. Right? So yeah, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time. Maybe some of the newer printers could do that a little faster, but you're not getting this done in like 20 hours. I mean, it's not going to be that fast. So now it's just a bit of minor cleanup, and that's it, man. Figured I'd share this with everybody because it's an experience, especially if you're doing it. It's an experience for sure. And there's a couple different styles of the masks. He's got a whole bunch of masks there, and they are really cool. So it's nice to see a little bit more creativity in the music beyond just the music itself. A small cleanup here or there. Then I can make the supports for it. The other mask had a design where it actually had those slots in it, so you can put like it's like a rubber bands behind them, not like rubber bands, but the nylon stretchy bands, so you can actually wear it. I just scared off my face. There we go. Ha! I wonder how this will look on the video. I'll see when the delay shows up on my on my iPad. Oh, that's what math brains look like. The interior stuff is more interesting than the exterior stuff. That's with all things in life. Alright, well. Now you guys have any other questions, I'll gladly answer them. Been doing this stuff for a little while. Just so you know, if you ask someone to print you something, it's going to cost. These aren't mass produced in China by slave labor, so expect to pay, some pretty reasonable prices for this stuff. That's why when you go on Etsy and the prices are up there, they're there for a reason, because 42 hours to do this, man. And that's just the printing. And I've spent, well, how long has this live stream been going? Does it give me, can I see how long? It actually doesn't give me the time running here. How about on my phone? I think it does. Let me go back to here. Yeah, 51 minutes. So it took me, you're talking about an hour just to kind of get ready. So it worked for like 43, 44 hours of time and effort. Now, the machine did most of the work, obviously, but I have to keep an eye on it. The moment it fails, you got to stop it. Because once it fails, you are not getting the plastic back. You're not getting the time back. It's done. Then you have to start over again. That's why it can be nerve-wracking sometimes. So, if you're getting something from someone, don't expect to pay just the cost of the material. There's a lot of time and effort and learning. I mean, when doctors aren't paid just for the cost of the books that they had to buy, they've got experience and they put a lot of time and effort into, perfecting their craft. Same as everybody else, same as the artist. You go buy a painting, you're not paying for just the paints used, so don't expect to pay for just the material used. The amount of material is actually the cheapest part of this whole thing. The machine cost, the maintenance cost. I mean, my machine was down for a couple of months. Well, not quite a couple months, but for about 4 weeks I didn't touch anything. I was just so frustrated with both machines going down. That's the challenge you have. So I got this one back up and running. It's doing good, so I'm happy with that. And obviously this is the first nice big print that came out, so we're back into business. Of course, Canada Post is on strike, and the management has locked them out. So no one's getting any mail anywhere in the country. So I can't even, ship this stuff right now. And oh look, Canada Post on Pure Later. So guess what else isn't working? Pure Later. Because of severe weather, looks like they've never delivered packages in Canada before. They've owned by Canada Post, just so you know. And too much work. Too much work, they have to shut down. Yeah. Alright, so I think we're good for this. I did a quick little cleanup there. Now I just got to design a couple of clips. And I think that's going to be it, man. I had a lot of fun with this. But no other questions. The mystery is over. The mask brain was popped, literally. It's kind of funny. But it's neat to see how it builds the patterns. Like 3D printing is printed in layers, right? You can see the layers and how it just kind of slightly shifts them to kind of, a lot of times just to match the pattern. So because the pattern sometimes is on the inside, so you can't see, I don't know how well it's going to come across on the camera, but there's some texture to the inside, so supports have to follow that contour. So they get weird shapes. Alright, so that one's done. Maybe we'll go and check on the other one. First, coffee time. It's always coffee o'clock. 8 o'clock at night and then drinking coffee? Why the hell not? Hey, we'll go check on the other print. Oh, this is messy, but that's what it is. No. Is it going alright? Which is very happy to see. You can see the support structure is being printed there, and that's the actual, I don't know if I can point a little bit better. So that's the support piece to handle something that's hanging out, and that's the actual main print. This is an Ender 5 Plus. So I've got an enclosure, and I've lit up the enclosure with some LED lights so I can see inside it better. You can see for an hour and 14 minutes, and it's only at 13%. So this is a 5-hour print, 5.5, almost 6, I think. That's doing pretty good. And well, hey, look, my battery died. Now this is just a hygrometer and temperature sensor. So I'll replace the battery in that. That's easy enough. We'll see. I might get around to getting I've got a camera and a Raspberry Pi. The problem is because I changed my internet, it moved the modem. Now the new internet provider modem is too far away to run a wire. Not conveniently anyways, because there's no holes I can drill in the walls. And these aren't wireless. My Raspberry Pi. So I'd have to do a lot of extra equipment. Like I'd have to get a router that's wireless that can act as an extension, so connected to my main. It's a pain in the ass. So a lot of extra work, and we'll see if it's going to be worth it at some point or other. I think the other modem was back here. It was great. It was convenient, and I can do everything wireless up front, but going backwards, it's not. This is the problem child. Now, problem is it wasn't heating up properly, so I've got melted plastic in there. To get it out, you have to heat it up, but you can't. So I think I got to take all this apart and replace this whole piece. I can, cut the filament, lift off the Bowden tube here and cut the filament. But that's just a bunch of mental work I really don't want to deal with. Oh look, that's the temperature sensor that goes inside there. It's a little glass piece that goes inside. It tells when this gets hot and when to cut off, depending on what you set it at. So, but that's for another time. There you have it. There's a nice little printer done. Had a bunch of fun with it. There's some sense of satisfaction when you finally get to taking it apart and cleaning it up and making it look nice. And the client's gonna be really happy. We'll do the clips. The clips are gonna be easy, but they'll be done tomorrow. We're gonna start a new print work tonight. That one's gonna be done maybe probably not by the time I go to bed. I'll have to double check. That print job is 6 hours, so 5 hours and 55 minutes approximately, and it's an hour in, so you got another 5 hours, and I'll be asleep by then. So I'll take that off in the morning. It won't be as intensive it won't have as near as much support, so it's gonna be really easy to come apart. But you know what? How about this? I can actually show you what it's going to look like on a smaller scale. Somebody asked, can I do one of these things? Can I just do it twice the size? I said, yep. But the cost is 3 times the amount. When you're double the volume of something, you're kind of quadrupling the material used, and certainly the time. So I think, I'll show you what it is. It is a fucktopus. And he wanted one that's double the size. Okay. And these are I charge only $5 for these. They're goofy little things. And then people really like them. We get a good kick out of them. I got different colors. Obviously, that one's in gray. And says, all right. So I've got a little spreadsheet that calculates all this stuff for me. And then I can, how much material, how much time. Because you got to plan out print jobs, especially if you're doing a lot of them. And how many printers you have. So you can only print so much because you only have so much time capacity, and you have to factor in failures. Like stuff's gonna fail. It just happens. So you always have to factor in loss of material. That's just part of the cost of doing business. There are printers that have that. Obviously, it is built in, because if you do them in the multicolored ones, some of the multicolored printers, those are really cool and do a really great job. But in between swapping print heads, well, it's not even swapping print heads, it's swapping filaments. So it uses the same print head, but the filament has to change, which is fine. It goes over, grabs the other filament, and plugs into the print head. But the print head still has the old filament in it, so it has to purge out that color so that none of the new color is mixed with the old color. And as it purges that stuff out, that's generally wasted stuff. That's not a ton, but it does add up. So, and then it prints the other color, and then when it switches, it does the same thing again. So, depending on how many switches you do and how much coloring there is. So, if it's something very tall and has many colors on the same layer, that's a lot of time, a lot of switching, a lot of purging. So, the more color switches, the more cost, more material you're going to use up extra. It would be nice if I had a nice little setup to recycle this stuff, or even just melt it down into something useful. So you have to make a mold for that. Something I just haven't done. I probably could have made all the cool stuff, but it is what it is. Coffee o'clock still going on. But those are some of the cool printers, and maybe one day I'll have one of those printers. I don't know what's going to come up by then. My new obsession for snacks: honey roasted peanuts. These are really good, almost dangerously so. So I'm just not going to just keep eating. Does it 250 calories for half a cup, 50 grams. So this is 550 grams. So you change that, times that by 10, 11. That's how many calories are in this thing. Oh boy. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it for a night. That was done. The other one's printing. There's not much else to do. I'm not going to kind of babble aimlessly along, talk about a few things. Nobody has any other questions. We'll sign off, and hope everybody enjoyed watching the print and the removal of the supports for this guy. Man, the customer's going to be so happy with that. It's going to be great. So I'll post this stuff on my Instagram. So, all the usual, like, subscribe, you guys know how this stuff works. I don't think I need to keep telling people what everybody else does. Ring that bell or whatever. That's kind of no point. Just enjoy, do what you have to do. If you like it, have fun, hang around. If you don't like it, then, well, that's fine. You can come back next time maybe and something else you like. The printing stuff, I don't do as often on live stream. Mostly it's just car related, camping related stuff. I'm setting up my vehicle for camping. I want to do more longer term camping next year. I'm probably going to do some winter camping just to, test out the product and, the heating and the cooking and whatnot. The only thing I still have to figure out is the logistics of the interior of the vehicle, how I'm going to do it, because it's not very big. They don't have a lot of room. So one of these days I'll figure that out. And I just got to debate whether I'm taking out the back seats or not. Because 2003 Honda Element, and I have both back seats. It's a cool vehicle. It's up for adventure. Both back seats will lay down flat, and then they will fold up to the sides on both of the rear back seats. And with a simple lever, I can take them right out. So I know at least one was going to have to come out. I don't know if I have to do two. I'm really kind of hanging on to being able to carry at least one extra passenger with me. I mean, the passenger seat's there, but having a seat in the back, I would like. I saw a setup I would really like to do. It uses one of those pull-out bed ottomans, and when they're fully open, they are 74 inches long. I have 75 inches of space between the the passenger seat pushed all the way to the front to the back of the vehicle. Well, just enough room. I saw a guy with the same vehicle had that set up, and I really like it. And the cool thing about that ottoman is that that particular one, the back seat will angle up, so you can set up like a chair or lay it down and pull the leg down. It's like a chase lounge. So at the very least, if I'm doing long-term camping, I want to be able to be comfortable sleeping and be able to still use it as a chair. So I like something to lean back against and sit and do stuff and type and whatnot. And that looked like the perfect setup in my eyes. So a few more things to set up, but those things, they're still Canadian, $400 minimum. So I have to find something cheaper. I don't care if it's used. I mean, it's going in a vehicle. It'll be cleaned up and so. And I'm hoping to have it at least in a neutral color, like a gray. Black would be ideal. Orange, as wild that is, would be great, but nobody's that wild for uh, ottomans in their homes. Maybe in the 70s. You get some of the shag carpeting that was like orange, but that would be a great little setup. But we'll see. That's down the road next year, and then we'll have a little bit more fun with that. Um, so I've got a good heating setup, so camping in propane. I got a nice propane setup for heating and cooking. So that's good. I did some cooking a couple days ago. I just took out, well, reheated some stuff and added a bit of sauces into some ground hamburger. Um, and that worked all right. I heated a piece of pizza. I mean, I've got a nice cast iron pan. I want a smaller one as well because the big one's just big. I don't need it that big for cooking smaller things. So, but I will. It did heat up the piece of pizza. I just didn't bring the lid, which I forgot. Made the bottom nice and crispy, which is unexpected, but it worked. It worked out good. So that was nice. Just learning because the Coleman stove, it's a 2 burner Coleman stove. It's very slippery and it's sitting on my back tailgate, which is plastic on the inside and slippery around. So that's still little things to learn. I might try to get some sort of rubber feet. I can print it. I can print 3D printed rubber. So all right. So well, that's would be more of the future stuff you'll be able to see if you go back and across the channel. You see some of the old stuff. If you go to my Elemental Journey playlist, that's where I put all my stuff. All the camping car related stuff. This video won't be there because, well, this is just something specific, obviously, just for the 3D printing. But the Elemental Journey is more stuff. I'm trying to start up another channel that's just dedicated to that. But that's a lot more work to move all the videos over and then re-put in all the dates and not the dates, the information and whatnot. That's just that's a lot of work. So that's going to take a little bit more time to get that set up. But for now, the playlist will work just fine. I do have a 3D printing playlist too. So there's a lot of stuff there. Anyways, have fun. I do appreciate everybody stopping by. Have fun. Take care and come back again. We'll have a little bit more fun. Who knows what's going to show up sometimes. Later all. Almost said goodbye. Hey, Connor. I just got your message there. Yes, they are fun. It's a 2003 5-speed front-wheel drive. All-wheel drive would be nicer, but I get to have enough fun with it now. But anyways, yeah, check out the, if you're interested, look for the Elemental Journey playlist. I got a bunch of videos of what I've done on that. My Instagram has a bunch of element-related stuff too on it. That's at Dragon Dawn, but that's DRAGN on Instagram. So you can see a bunch of stuff there too, just all the pictures and not too much videos, but I am posting links to the YouTube videos on it. That's a little bit fun. But Sunset's Orange Pearl, best color. Tell me you've got a good color. I do want a rally red with the black fenders. That's kind of like if my next one is probably gonna be my next one. If this one doesn't last as long as I hope. Oh, so you got the what gray was it that year? I'd have to look up the name for that gray. It's not the Galaxy Gray. That was later on. Like the SC's got the Galaxy Gray. Geez, I don't remember the name of the color or. But, well, yeah, the if it still had rocker panels, I would have to agree with you. But since they're not exactly all there, like someone who has mental health issues, it's not all there sometimes. So I would love to get side steps, but I have nothing to mount it to. So that is what it is. It's a 21-year-old vehicle. It's fun. I just got the exhaust done, and I still can't quite get over how quiet it is. I still have sometimes hard shifting because they don't have those audio cues anymore. So I have to learn new audio cues from the vehicle. And so weird because it's so quiet. Ugh. Not that the other exhaust was horrible. There's a picture of the two exhausts on my Instagram too, so you can see the old and the other one and the new. But it's it was certainly a moment, and I enjoyed it. And a little bit of sound wasn't bad, a little rumbly, but it's a 4-cylinder, so whatever you're going to get out of that. But I got some ideas what I'd really like to do down the road with the next one, but Who knows? I might even end up going to a full-size van because I'm looking at the camping van life stuff more. And the more I look into it, more it's like that looks cool. Especially like a 4x4 version of a Ford Econoline or something like that, or a Chevy Express. You get some pretty heavy duty stuff without being crazy stupid like a Mercedes Sprinter. You know, don't have 200 grand to get a fully decked up Mercedes Sprinter, so it'd be like, Chevy Express, Ford Econoline, whatever. Who knows? I mean, it could be anything come down the line, but we'll see. All right, guys. All right, now I'm gonna head out. Have fun, take care, and thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate you all.